Good morning, guys. So, where are we going?
Cambridge.
We are now in Cambridge, about to do pudding. So we are in the Grand Arcade 1. We're here. We are now in Cambridge, waiting to go on a punt.
Just to warn you, sir, if you're sitting there, you might get... Right, just to reiterate very quickly what my colleague said, if you can try and keep your hands and fingers inside the boat as much as possible, because if you catch them between another pump, it hurts more than just a little bit. So say my name's 1209, in which... So, the river is extreme. It's found dead. I bet you didn't think I was going to start it like that.
No.
It's found dead. And they knew it was a student at the time. The only people deemed clever enough to be students were monks and priests. They were protected by a thing called canon law, which basically meant that the normal law didn't apply to them. So instead of being executed, what they would do is they'd run and they'd hide in their church. You can't see the full Queen's College, obviously the rest of it's hidden out that. This is the part that you can see. So Queen's College, Queen's plural, was founded by 3 queens. Originally by Margaret of Anjou in 1446. She was not a nice person to deal with. So a man called Anthony Docket originally wanted to build this college. He didn't have enough money, so he went to the Queen, as you do, said, please college. This was founded in 1441 by Margaret of Anjou's husband, Henry VI. Now, Henry VI was known as the Mad King, or the Pious King. In his life, he suffered from 2 mental breakdowns. Today, we probably would have said he had some form of mild schizophrenia. He originally wanted this to be a lot bigger. He wanted all this land to be covered in buildings and all sorts. He wasn't allowed it, so he did what all good kings do when they're told they can't have something. He nicked it. He was in fact such a coward that on the day of the grand opening, he didn't even come because he was so afraid of getting attacked by the crownspeople. This was originally a finishing school for Etonians.
Wow.
Did you go to Eton, sir? No. I always ask. It's the same story as Queen's. A man called Richard Badgie wanted to set up a school. He ran out of money. He's famously quoted for saying, our school will only ever have 2 chairs. One for the master and one for the student that we will never have. So we went to the Queen, a lady called Elizabeth Clare, and he said, please can I have some? It's been in the news a lot recently. Cambridge born and bred. It was, of course, the late Professor Stephen Hawking.
Wow.
The way to get into heaven, a way to sort of heighten your chances, was to do good deeds for the church. In other words, building colleges and stuff. Henry was frugal. He was also broke because he'd wasted all his money living the life of Riley. So he took Michael House and King's House and 7 other hostels. And what he did was he just built a big wall around them. And we get Trinity. This is one of the wealthiest colleges in the world. It's got net assets of over 2.5 billion. You've definitely been on ground that Trinity owns. Trinity College owns 50% of all the land that Tesco's is on. It owns the O2 Arena in London. It also owns the Manhattan Church in Manhattan. Yeah. The wedding cake, because it looks very dainty and it is nearly entirely symmetrical, save for a couple of differences. There's a portcullis on one side and a fleur-de-lis on the other. A few chimneys on the right and on the left. Where Stephen Hawking had his first ever kiss. We don't know for 100% if that's true or not, but most people tend to believe it. And I think it's quite a nice thing to believe.
This is like Harry Potter.
So what else you got? But when Queen Victoria turned round to the architect and said, oh, it looks like the Bridge of Sighs, not wanting to disappoint her, he said, it does, and that's why we're going to rename it the Bridge of Sighs. It's absolutely stunning. There's a beautiful garden.
You live in Cambridge?
Do I live in Cambridge?
Yeah.
I do.
From which the city takes its name.
It's really nice.
So here we have Magdalen College. This was in 1542. It was a present from Henry VIII to Thomas Audley. It is actually spelled Magdalen, but he wanted it to be called Magdalen. He wasn't allowed; it had to be religious. So we used a trick in the alphabet. I'm a bit like you. I'm quite away from home at the moment. But no, Cambridge is beautiful, absolutely stunning.
You should be wearing.
Just standard boat shoes. I've worn mine out, so I'm getting a new pair. Until then, just going to go in a pair of trainers.
Is it not hard? Is it harder doing it barefoot?
I love doing it barefoot. But you, lovely people, do not want to be at nose level of my feet, so I wouldn't dare make myself do that. What, do you think you get a job doing something like this, any of you?
It's lovely.
Yeah.
It helps you remember your history.
Oh yeah, luckily I studied history when I was at sixth form. Weirdly, like sort of Henry VIII and the Tudors was what I was really good at, so that was just a lovely little bonus when they said you're going to have to relearn all of it. And there is some other history we haven't touched on yet, but we will. I'm a full-timer.
You must be fit as a fiddle.
I wish. No, it's my excuse for having a gym membership I don't use. Okay, if you want to get people off your back about not going to the gym, get a physical job. I'm an actor. So I graduated. That is my absolute dream. Unfortunately, they're just finishing off season 8 now, which is the last one. Not to be, though I always said I could be a body double for Kit Harington. I mean, I'm not 6'2", northern with beautiful hair, but I reckon I can do it. So yeah, I graduated a couple of years ago, and I'm actually taking a gap year out at the moment. I went straight from studying into the business. A couple of film roles here and there. I did work actually alongside one of the characters in Game of Thrones. The actors, not the characters.
No problem, mate.
This is a nice romantic trip, isn't it? Right. See, I can't get my pole in the water here. So we are going, quite simply, to hope we make it to the other side. So do you remember I told you about the rivalry between the two colleges?
Yeah.
After World War II, there was a distinct lack of well-educated men. They had unfortunately all gone to war, and a lot of them, far too many, didn't make it back. So Trinity.
So we went to eat out at Doubletree Hotel in Cambridge. I had a meatballs and it was pretty good. We are now at the King's College Chapel.
Much step.
Wow. This is incredible. Wow. So now we bought a new jumper, Cambridge University jumper, which is pretty warm. We're now leaving Cambridge. It's been a really fun day. Had really fun. Neve, did you have a good day?
Really good, thanks.
So if I had to tell you how good today was and rate it, I'll probably rate it a good 10. The atmosphere was probably amazing. It was really cool, sunny, nice, and a really nice place to go. So I'm going to end the vlog here. So hopefully you enjoyed it, and subscribe, turn on the post notifications and comment down below.